What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo Leveling Arise video. It's your boy Payne. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. We got a lot to look forward to, plus two brand new codes that everybody can use. First, a shout out to Nightmare, as well as everybody on my Discord who presented me this. I had no idea this was even happening. But there you guys go. Two codes to redeem 250 magic essence stones for you guys. That's going to allow you to go ahead and get yourselves 500 essence stones for free without doing no work. And I do want to talk a little bit about shadows, since that is kind of where we're going in terms of this video and direction. So let me put this in. I'm going to show you guys how to quickly claim this in case some of you guys don't know how to do it. Click on the little settings button, go down to account. There's a redeem code section here. Now, if you don't have Android or PC and you're doing it on iOS, you actually have to log into the SLA forums, and I'll show you guys real quick how to do that as well, and then do it from there, and you'll need your NID, so make sure you have that available for you. NID can be found here under your account settings right there, or you can find it in your support. Speaking of supporter program, make sure you go and support your boy before it's over. I've just sent out brand new codes this morning to everybody, so if you are looking for the codes, I'll be sending more out tomorrow and Tuesday, most likely Tuesday actually. Click that support button, get yourself another 500 essence stones if you haven't done it, 5 lucky boxes, which gives you a chance at some blessing stones, plus 2 free power mana extracts, which are very, very expensive in the game. Now, if you are a iOS player, you want to go to the forums, there's a little enter redeem code section right there. Click on that, enter your member ID, which I just told you where that was, and then the 2 coupons will go right in here, and you guys can see here how to check your member code. Log in, go to the account settings, and just copy that. Okay, so you guys can see exactly where that is located, and it's easy to find. So that will be also in the description, as well as these 2 codes. Now, let's talk a little bit about the shadows. Now, I'm going to give you guys real talk here. There have been some rumors. Oh, by the way, before I go any further, I did finish Simulation Gate. Yes, it still works. I just finished it with Parkejan, finished it with Thomas, and with Charlotte at 650 CP. So yes, it does still work. For a lot of people were asking me, hey Payne, does that actually work or not? It does. So you guys can continue doing simulation the same way we've been doing it this whole time, and then complete it and get yourselves the other ticket, which I hope some of you guys did. I'm now setting up 4 tickets as a free-to-play player. I'm going to be holding on to these and saving them for the most elite weapon that comes out in the near future. It will not be the quarterstaff, though. I'm going to hold on to those, okay? So yeah, we're good to go. So now let's talk a little bit about shadows, because again, that's kind of where we're heading into the territory of brand new shadow coming out. BERU, obviously. The rumor on the street is that he might actually be the first shadow authority with 2 actual skills. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I understand that he's probably the most powerful shadow that SJW has on his roster, besides Meilin, obviously. I don't know if I really like the idea of replacing every single shadow, for the most part, if BERU has actually 2 shadow authorities. Now, the only way I can see this working the right way is if they give everybody a second skill, because of the new update to general, right? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you click on one of your shadows, say Igris here, we have Elite Knight. There's a new class coming out, so apparently it's supposed to be coming out, should be coming out with the next update on the 19th, which will turn your Elite Knights into general class, which gives them the whole purple look. And with that, I'm hoping, obviously we know for a fact that the shadow authority will go up, but I'm hoping if that BERU does have a second skill, that the general status will give other shadows a second skill as well. Now, I don't know if you know this already, but there have been rumors. That we were going to be able to eventually in the future, and probably near future, to be honest, because how much shadows are being a big focus on this update, that we'll be able to control the same way we control ultimates with our hunters. We're able to control our skills with our shadows. Now, that's another thing I don't really care to do much about personally. Some of you guys might actually enjoy that. For example, being able to control Earth Slash whenever Igris can actually do his bleed might be super important for a lot of people, right? Or being able to do the attack duration up, or attack up, I mean, sorry, for him. And remember, this only affects him, the user. It doesn't affect SJW, just a lot of people to know that. But my biggest concern, of course, is the Shadow Authority being eliminated for BERU to make way. Now, again, I'm totally good with BERU being the strongest of the shadows, but I would feel remiss to say that I've spent all this time putting effort into all of these other shadows to get them up, just to have them completely replaced by one shadow altogether. So I'm really hoping that Netmarble doesn't go that direction. I know some of you guys might not think that's a popular opinion, but my opinion is that every shadow should have a place on the team, not as a shadow authority. Because I mean, let's be real, Igris is one of SJW's and the Manawa's favorite shadows to use. He is a leader, he is a general, as is General BERU, so is Igris, right? So I mean, like, to replace Igris completely would be kind of remiss to me. Again, I would not like that. But so I'm hoping that the general upgrade from Elite Knight to General will give everybody a little bit more of oomph to keep them more viable. Now, I don't know if we're looking at the whole scope, depending on what BERU has, obviously, as a shadow authority. Igris, I don't think Igris is ever going to go anywhere. That this crit hit rate, if you guys don't know how crit hit rate works, there's the overcap of crit hit rate, right? We talk about it all the time. But passives don't get affected by that. So this 7% is a real 7%. No matter what level the monster is, this 7% remains 7%. So that's kind of the beauty of having these passives, is they're not affected by any scope of the game. It is what it is. It's 7%, it stays 7%. So when you bring him into battle, you are actually getting a full 7% increase. So to turn this to 8%, 9%, 10%, whatever the hell we eventually get to, even if it's 8%, I think it's still gonna give Igris the upper edge on most of these other shadows, right? So I would still say he's number one. I would say Big Rock is definitely a number two, because this entire team member getting basic skill damage by 11% is massive. This is a massive, massive buff. And we're talking about basic skills being your skill, the two skills that you have on each hunter, plus SJW skills, and some extent his weapon skills. We did some testing, Ryan and I, and we noticed that even with SJW's weapon skills, it was affecting it to some extent with 99% precision. And whenever we equipped him, the weapon skills went up by at least by 6 to 7%. So I'm not sure if that's a real thing. I'd have to do a lot more testing on that, but we found that it did affect the weapon skills at least by half of the 11%. So like I said, 6 to 7%, sometimes with 7, sometimes with 6. I mean, we give it a margin of error, obviously, right? So these two are going to maintain. Cerberus is going to maintain as well too, because of course, if you get him to the 7%, that crit hit damage 7% is also a raw 7%. Where right now with crit hit damage in your stats, it gets affected by the monster's level, etc. Right? So that full 200 and whatever percent you have right now is actually being reduced down to like 130% when you're fighting a level 109 monster, because the level difference between us and them is that much bigger. Now that's going to increase obviously as level 100 comes out with Jeju Island, so that those numbers are going to change, but again, the monsters levels also increase, so most likely this is going to be affecting us in this testing quite a bit. So that's a big thing to remember. And same with Kaisel, this is a full 8% obviously when you max them out. This is on ultimates, not quite as useful, I'm finding, obviously, unless you're using it for like Thomas or anyone who can build their ult super quick. Charlotte obviously comes to mind. So I would say 1, 2, 3 for sure are still going to be the most useful, especially Cerberus here with the combustion skill right over here, which deals an extra 5% damage throughout the entire fight. And then, of course, we have the other guys here, which I personally don't use that much. But you guys can see here, Iron, for example, gives max HP by 7.5%. Tank gives defense. Blades gives attack, right? And so it's gotten to the point where, like, you're going to have to figure out what's best for you as a player. But again, if BERU comes out with that double Shadow Authority, it might eliminate a lot of these other guys from ever being your Shadow Authority going forward. And I'm hoping that, again, that the general class that comes out doesn't eliminate the rest of these guys and gives them more, I would say, more of this Shadow Authority, not just percentage, but maybe an extra one as well too, to kind of keep the playing field leveled out. All right, guys, let me know what you think if you're on the same page as me. If you do think that should be the case, let me know. If not, if you think BERU should in fact be the strongest and should have the advantage, let me know as well too. I'm curious to hear that. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.